It's getting to that time of year where burnout may be creeping in. I know that it's tough to overcome that feeling. So I want to share with you 3 different ways that you can enjoy homeschooling again and outrun that feeling of burnout, or get ahead of it if you feel it starting to creep in. What's going on, friends? If we don't know each other already, my name is Lauren. I'm a former elementary teacher turned homeschooling mom, and today I want to share with you guys a few different ways that you can overcome that feeling that may be kind of overwhelming, or just like you've been at it for a long time and the wind may just be leaving your sails. So that's perfectly normal. It's totally fine, but I want to talk about a realistic attempt at overcoming that feeling, or even pumping the brakes so that you can kind of shift your focus again to get back into something that's more enjoyable for your learning at home experience, for you, your kiddos, and your family as a whole. Now, I've talked about this before, but one of the first ways that we can pause and give ourselves a little bit of time to breathe and shift our focus, or even rearrange some things, is to do exactly just that. Take a break. Take a second to kind of reevaluate. And this may tie back to your values as a family or the needs that your kids have. So keeping those at the forefront of our mind whenever we're making decisions or creating schedules and routines, and also deciding what's worth it to put our energy into and have them complete, is going to be directly tied to those expectations and how we hold ourselves accountable when it comes to measuring up against those values or reasons that you had for starting homeschool in the first place. So what I suggest to you is kind of back it up, start at square one, and if there are extra things that you're pouring your time into that you really don't see necessary, or you don't see that there is a payoff, it may be time to just cut those out. For now, even if it's something temporary, it will be so beneficial to your sanity and to your happiness, and not feeling like you're so overwhelmed. This is also a great opportunity to involve your kids in that. Ask them what they're really enjoying about homeschool and do more of that. Ask them what they don't necessarily enjoy doing, and maybe find ways to tweak it so it can look a little different, give a little bit of a refreshing breath to everything, and mix it up a little bit. This also goes for your routine. So if you are used to holding a traditional school schedule, maybe it's time to shift that a little bit, implement some more breaks into your overall routine or time that you're going to do homeschooling. I know many families have chosen this route, and because of that, they do year-round homeschooling, so that it takes the pressure off of having like a summer break or having to get everything done before those summer months hit. And instead, you can relax a little bit and keep in mind that you need to take a break when it's necessary, and then when you're ready to jump back in and your kiddos are ready to jump back in, you can do that with a fresh mind and a lot less pressure. Now, while sometimes it's really easy to make those shifts for our kids and to reevaluate our schedules and routines, it's not as easy to treat ourselves with that same amount of flexibility. So this next tip that I'm going to give you is always give yourself a little bit of grace. We are definitely our own worst critics and toughest customers when it comes to people pleasing and answering all of the needs that we have. But I really encourage you to remember that you're the trailblazer, you're the leader of the pack, and however you are approaching your learning at home experience is going to affect your children as well. So if there was ever a perfect opportunity or scenario where you can make it fit exactly what you need, what makes things feel easy to you and seamless as well as enjoyable, now is the time to do it. Homeschooling is not a one-size-fits-all type of thing, so don't treat it as such, and take the pressure off of yourself when it comes to that notion. Remember that whatever you decide your homeschooling experience is going to look like with your kiddos is perfect. And if it's not, you have the power to change it, to shift it to be whatever you need, so that it can be something that is inspirational and enjoyable for you every single day. Oftentimes we hold ourselves to these unrealistic expectations, but I really want to encourage you to continue down the path that you've been forging for your kids, setting an example of resilience and persistence. It's so important that we find things that work for us instead of trying to fit our situation into this box that's already created. Learning is exactly what you make of it, and I want you to encourage your kiddos to have that same mindset, even if we're not sitting down and reading a book or working in a workbook or doing some really intense project. That doesn't mean that we are not learning and taking things from life every single day and every moment. So don't feel like you are doing your kids a disservice if you have to change or shift what your day-to-day looks like in order to just kind of relax and take a step back and go at it again when you're ready with a clearer mind and a happier heart, because sometimes that's just what we need. I hope that you found some inspiration in this video, and if you have tips of your own for avoiding or even overcoming burnout, I would love to hear them in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.